I was asked if I would share our family's experience with Kosair, and this is something that I shared with a group. I think in 2006 or 7. How long have you been doing this, Dale?
It's 22 years.
This is 22 years that they have been hosting this event here in Monroe County, and no doubt it's been a success. He was showing me some of the numbers. The figures that what they've collected over the years, and it's unbelievable. So for just a few minutes, I'll share with you our family's experience with Kosair. My family, I was born in New Jersey when my dad was in the Army, and then my younger brother was born at Fort Bragg, and my younger brother, who's a year younger than I am, was always my best friend through life, was born club-footed. And my dad and mom and my brother and I, dad and mom, we were surviving on military pay. We were living off base. And but Carrie was born club-footed, and if you know that disability, you know what comes along with that. And so without a lot of money, our family, my mom came to Louisville, got an apartment, brought me with her, and Kosair took my younger brother in. They were willing to treat him, and the procedures included multiple breaks, as they would break that foot and keep setting it, put a cast on it, and over several years, 5 years old, they finally had his foot turned around straight. And I was the guy who wore a brace up to here, and it was my responsibility to always keep that brace on. So I'd run around with a can of machine on. But that was our first experience, and without Kosair, my brother, no doubt it would played a huge effect on his life. The second experience that we had in my household, Keely, our middle daughter, Emily and I have 3 daughters. Keely was 3 years old. On a Friday afternoon, she started feeling ill. During the weekend, Emily took her to the local doctor, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. By Monday morning, she was passing a lot of blood, and went over to our local hospital. They immediately rushed her to Louisville by ambulance, and then there at Kosair, where we were met with multiple teams of doctors who were trying to determine exactly what was going on with Keely's health. It was quickly, they quickly diagnosed her with HUS, which is a hemolytic uremic syndrome. It's a rare blood disease. It can be picked up through cattle, and it was determined that she had picked it up when we were feeding bottling calves. But she spent 12 nights there at Kosair. During the 12 nights that she was there, it was very long days. We were impressed with 2 things. One of them being the support that we received from the community here in Monroe County. So many people came to see us, brought money, brought baskets of food, kept us going, stayed there with us. But at one point, whenever we were there, the family had went home to get cleaned up, get another change of clothes, and Emily and I were there by ourselves, and the doctors told us, they said, it's very likely that Keely is going to be on kidney dialysis for the rest of her life, and we just want to prepare you all as parents. And I remember Emily and I breaking down. I remember it was very hard. We didn't have the family there or anybody there at the time to support us in that, and it was so hard to accept that. But we knew that it was in God's hands, and we knew that we were in good hands with Kosair's. It was a bad situation. She had she was so dehydrated. They were continuing to give her fluids. Her lips were busted, bleeding. They were using those sponges to keep her lips moist and her tongue. It was a very serious situation. But one thing that helped pull us through was the support that we had from Kosair. They have so many programs that go on there because of charity events like this right here, that it's unbelievable, and it makes a bad situation much better. It allows kids up there. We were on the cancer floor, and a lot of those kids who had been there way longer than we had, They had their parents had been there. Their parents were completely worn out, and we had conversations with them, and they gave us encouragement and support. And they were dealing with things much worse than we were. But one of the things that was that helped us get through it was the programs that they have. These kids, not only do these events like this and the money that's raised help fund the research that goes in to supporting procedures like my brother had and what some of these kids are going through. But the kids, there's toys that they bring through. They're constantly coming through and showing those kids attention. They're pulling them around the hospital floors in these wagons. Anything that would take these children, take their minds off the situation that they're in, is no doubt helpful to the kid and to the families. So that's our experience with Kosair. And we, my dad, when we were able to financially support Kosair, we made a point that we would do that every year. Our family keeps in mind what Kosair did for us, and we try to support this organization. So, and Emily and I talked then that we wish that everyone could pay a visit to Kosair Children's Hospital and walk through there just one time and see exactly what this money is being used for, and how things are operated there. You would be extremely impressed. But take advantage of this today. Hopefully the rain will go around us, and appreciate what these folks have done in hosting this event. Thank you all for everything that you're doing for Kosairs and for our community.